Hello, everybody, and welcome to our daily check-in. I'd like to start off by saying, for whoever is celebrating tonight, happy Passover. Hopefully, you have a good time with your family and having a nice dinner. I will say my wife made a food tonight that was delicious. And that's one thing I can say I've been so grateful for. My wife has been cooking so many different meals. It's been amazing. So we're really enjoying all the good food, and I hope you guys are as well. So today we're going to kind of do a couple different things. The first one we're going to talk about are some interesting fun facts that I found in a book when I was cleaning the basement. So, which was my job yesterday. So for spring break, I had a fun time cleaning the basement, hanging out with dust bunnies. We were just chilling out, living the dream. So I did find this book. It's like practically falling apart, but it's called Weird But True. But this is all about the human body. And what I thought was pretty cool about it is that a bunch of the weird facts are from ancient Egypt, which I love, which I've told you in the past. So I'm going to read a couple of them. But first, here's a cool one. You ever wondered why you're so tired all the time? Maybe parents, you wonder why you're tired. Well, this could be why. Did you know that your blood travels a total of about 11,800 miles in one day? That is around 3 times the length of the Amazon River. See, I thought I was just tired from work or my kids constantly asking for things, but now I realize it's because my blood is working too hard, I think. Okay, now let's go to a couple other cool ones. Did you know that laughing can help relieve pain? So I will say laughing is it's a great medicine. If you're bummed out, depressed, stressed, anxious, laughing is a good thing to do. I know I have 3 older sisters. I have one sister who has Down syndrome, and unfortunately I don't get to see her as often. But my other 2 sisters, we try to get together when we can. And every time we do, we always have a good time. We laugh to the point of like we're crying because we're laughing so hard. And I will say that the one benefit from this whole thing is that the 3 of us have really had an opportunity to talk a lot more. So sometimes, even in bad times, there's like a silver lining, something good to come out of it. And if this means that you're going to have better conversations with your parents or better conversations with in-laws or brothers and sisters, friends, then I'm happy for that you have that opportunity. So laughing is always a good thing. Now, going to one of my favorite topics, ancient Egypt. Here's a fun fact. Ancient Egyptians thought the heart, not the brain, was the center of intelligence. And it's interesting because, a lot of times we say we're thinking with our heart, our feelings, our compassion. And sometimes we do things that are a little bit, maybe it doesn't make sense because we're trying to be as compassionate as possible. So here's another fun fact. Did you know that stress can change how you smell? So hopefully you are not stressed because you don't want to smell like a sub shop of onions and garlic and stinky feet. You want to make sure that you smell delightful. Okay? And actually, do you know that food tastes a lot sweeter when you are in a good mood? So try to be in a good mood so that way your food will smell good. And then if you're less stressed, you will smell good. And that's always important, right? Now, here's another crazy fact. Did you know that ancient Egyptians used to wear braces, which I thought was kind of cool, made out of metal? Not shocking. But did you know they were also made out of animal intestines? That seems disgusting. And I don't think I'd want to be that orthodontist. It'd be kind of gross, right, to have this situation. Now, this one is kind of neat. There's this one particular gentleman who apparently his skin was so exceptional with his suction ability that you could stick soda cans to his head. Look at this dude. I just think that is pretty wild. Now, I would say the last one I'm going to read to you is another ancient Egyptian one. It says ancient Egyptians used to paint eyes in their coffins so they feel like when they had gone on to the other place, they could see the world. I don't know what it is about ancient Egypt, I just like it so much. All right, now let's think about our fun quote for the day, or a kind quote. I didn't have the paper in front of me, so I'm going to kind of wing it. But basically, a lot of times, this is by Dr. Seuss, and he was talking about how many people don't live in the moment. And they don't really appreciate things until they become a memory. So I'm trying very hard to appreciate things, whether it's talking to my siblings or spending more time with my wife or playing games with my kids or doing puzzles, which I don't always have the time to do. I also found that, I have a lot more conversations even with my teammates and other teachers because we're trying to work together to do the best we can to make sure we're giving you the best education under the circumstances that we can. So we, I think, have grown closer, which has been a silver lining in that as well. But I also had an opportunity to learn how to use YouTube and make videos for you guys, which I haven't enjoyed doing. Hopefully you're not getting sick of them yet, but if you are, I apologize. I just want you guys to know that we are thinking about you, and that I just want you to hear from us in some form or fashion, even though it is spring break. So one of the things that, the last thing I should say, I'm going to say before we kind of end today is, I think from this whole situation, what I've learned is they have a strong will. They have the ability to just make things work, even though sometimes there are things that are against them. It's clear that people have not given up. I see they're helping people. I see family members coming closer together. I know I've reached out to certain people who I haven't reached out to in a long time. So I'm hoping you are doing that as well, and you're just trying to make the best of the situation. I just hope that you just live in the moment, because even in the bad times, these are things that are going to make us stronger individuals. I've learned a lot of things since I've been home that I need to maybe change a little bit about myself. I also need to try to work on my own creativity. I always, see kids playing, and I'm always amazed about their ability to have an imagination. And sometimes my kids will say, hey, can you play this? Mostly my younger daughter. And, can you pretend to be this like LOL doll or whatever, Lego figure? And I feel like I've lost that gift. You guys still have that gift, so enjoy it. Enjoy being a kid. Enjoy going outside, making up new games, being creative. I'm definitely jealous of the fact that you still have that ability. So I will say, if you have thought of any new games or any fun things, feel free to share. You'll help with my sanity. That would be great. But like I said, if you are celebrating Passover tonight, enjoy the time with your family. Family is everything. And if there's anything we can do to help you guys, please feel free to reach out. I don't know when the next check-in video will be, maybe in a couple of days, but I just want to check in to see how you guys are doing, and then I hope you have a wonderful evening. And then I will leave you on this final thing. Don't forget to tell the people in your life that you care about them. Don't forget to tell them that you love them. Don't forget to give them a hug. Just tell them. Okay, I can't stress that enough, and I'll probably say that a lot more. The last thing is, if you want to share any last-minute rainbows of hope, I'd love to put them on the website. I'm sure Mrs. Coco would love it too. And if there's anything that you want me to talk about, or anything you would like me to bring up in these videos, just let me know, and I'll be happy to do it, okay? You have a wonderful night, everybody. I'm thinking about all of you, and stay safe. Peace out.